Hello and welcome to FX Addicts Weekly Market Analysis. This is Tim, the Currency Professor, and today is May 18th, 2012. The markets this week had a pretty good movement, so if you were not paying attention, you missed quite a bit of action. This is a daily of the dollar index, and we can see how today we're actually giving back a little bit, which is actually fairly healthy given that we've been up for just about the last almost 3 weeks. It really is an overdone market at this point, overbought. So the dollar needs to certainly consolidate or fall back a little bit just to be healthy with it. So we have the next move would be that much more powerful. Now we look here on the weeklies, we can see how the last 3 weeks have been positive. We've also jumped up each week. So at the start of each week, we've kind of gapped a little bit. Still looks very strong on the weeklies. Just because we're having a pullback here or a consolidation today really is not hampering what we see at all technically. So technically we could rally here next week even above these old highs here around 82.50. And ultimately further out, if we look at the monthlies, we can see how this month now is really eclipsing the last 4 months, almost 5 months here of price action. So really very good month here, and looks like we could possibly continue on for quite a while here. The month still has about 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks. I'm sorry, almost about 1.5 to 2 weeks of trading left. So a lot can happen still in that time. We could close the month out at new highs here for this move. Very strong. So very positive still on the dollar. We ran up. We made this nice bottom. We ran up. We consolidated back a little bit, and now we're moving up again. So very strong, very positive move. If we look at the euro, we're having a very nice reversal day today. Nice spike low in the morning, and then running back up, reversing 3 closes. Much needed correction here we got coming. So hopefully we can rally here for a couple of days, maybe back up to about 128.50, 129, and then set itself up for another sell-off. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here in the new session on Monday. And on the weeklies, now this is the 3rd week lower. Again, we have these gaps in here. So we're very much overdone on a short-term basis in the weeklies. So we do need to maybe bounce or consolidate for a week, and then we can continue lower. But longer term, we could hold up here at this at about the 126 level, which we kind of did this week. So we could find a little bit of a temporary bottom there for a few weeks. But ultimately, it looks like we're going down to the bottom end of this channel, which is down around 118 area. Really expect that to happen probably in the next 6 to 8 months. And if we look here at the monthlies, we can see also how we could probably get even lower than that, down to about the 113 level. So this month's shaping up to be quite the strong month. Again, we still got a week and a half, almost 2 weeks left of trading in the month. So if we backed up for a little bit of time here next week and then sold off again, we could finish out the month at new lows here. So finally everything's starting to come together, and we're seeking to get an equilibrium level here for the euro against the dollar. Now the pound dollar sold off very violently this week. We started off and we sold off a little bit, and then all of a sudden it picked up a lot of steam on Tuesday. Wednesday, almost the same amount down, and yesterday as well. Very strong down period, and now we're having a good corrective phase here, nice tail, so we got a little bit of a reversal coming. We'll pop up for a few days, and then probably resume on our way down here and get down to about the 156.50 area. On the weeklies, we can see here how this week now is reversing all of the gains that we had made about a month and a half ago, and our stochastics now have turned. We made new highs on lower stochastics. Very bearish pattern here on the weeklies. Really looks like we'll probably get down to this 153 level much sooner than we had anticipated. And on the monthlies also, we could get down to this trend line, which is now at 154. We closed down below that. there really isn't much stopping us to get down to the 135 area. Really not much at all. So we could get down there and then maybe even surpass that. The market is certainly weak. U.S. dollar against the Swiss franc had a very nice week, good pullback today. So now we'll have a few days here of a correction, which is really needed. We really got ahead of ourselves here, but longer term still looks very positive. We look at the weeklies. Boy, it looks very strong still on the weeklies, even though we're closing down a little bit from off of our highs for the week. Still looks very positive. So we could have maybe 1 week here where it pulls back, and then we could rally up and make fresh new highs here up above the 95, 96 level. So still looks very strong, and on the monthlies, looks very nice now on the monthlies. We had last month turnaround, and this month now shaping up very strong. If we could finish out the month above those highs, 96 area, that would be very positive. We would then look for it in the coming next couple of months to get up above 100, 103, 104 area, and eventually break that that longer term upward trend line here that's been going on for about 10 years. So very, very positive sign here. U.S. dollar against Japanese yen really sold off yesterday. We were having a very nice beginning of the week, rallied up above this this minor trend line that we had in here, closed above it on Wednesday. And then yesterday we had in the U.S. the Philadelphia Fed came out with their manufacturing index, their monthly manufacturing index, and it was considerably weaker than anyone had expected. It was actually negative when they were expecting a positive. So that was just a catalyst to sell off anything against yen. Yen got so much stronger, hit stops, and just blew through to new lows. So today we're extending those lows a little bit. Doesn't look like it's going to bounce at any time soon here, at least not on the dailies. Weeklies we are extending, taking out the most recent lows. So that is kind of a bearish sign there. And if we look at the monthlies, well, the monthlies now we're in line with, we could go a little bit lower. We are in line with the lows that we should be at here. So we could finish out the month maybe even slightly positive. It depends here on how we finish up this week and then next week. But then there could be a turnaround here. We could actually finish the month just slightly negative or a little bit positive. There is that possibility. This is a nice correction here after a nice run up and a breakout. So would anticipate us to have a small range this month and close pretty much where we opened. And then next month probably a rally up and taking out the highs. So that's, of course, a little bit longer term, but nonetheless, it does look positive. Euro Swiss trading within about a 2-pip range every day. Very, very quiet. The Swiss National Bank holding that their volume drying up considerably. Euro against the yen looks very positive here short term. We got a little bit of a tail going here. Spike low again yesterday. That routing on the anything against the yen. So may have set in the lows here temporarily. We could bounce for a day or two. That would be positive, and we could maybe get up a little bit. Stochastics very oversold also. We look at the weeklies. We're down on this trend line that has now become a support line. It was a resistance line. We gapped above it, and we're back down now below that below that breakout point, and touching against that trend line. Longer term, looks very bearish, still looks bearish, hasn't really changed here in the last few weeks. We should have gotten up and hit that upper trend line. We didn't, we failed. So now we keep coming down. Longer term looks weak, really does. Looks like we're going to probably take out these lows down here and continue on lower. So the yen very strong, euro very weak, so not a good combination there. Unlike the dollar against the yen where it could actually find some strength, the euro looks like it's going to have difficulty finding strength here, but maybe short term on a daily basis we could pop up a little bit and see some positive movement for a few days, maybe even a week there in the euro yen, but ultimately much lower. That is it for today. Certainly join us at fxaddicts.com if you haven't already, and feel free to ask questions or join in. There is a 7-day free trial if you are not a member. If you are a member, by all means, please use your membership, stop on by. Also, we have classes that we offer. Feel free to take those classes. They're week-long classes, and they're on many different subjects. They're $97 a week, and you get a lot of information for that $97. So please feel free to stop on by. Thanks. Bye-bye.